Full disclosure, I own these companies in my portfolio. They've worked well for me, but by no means am I telling you to buy them. So today I want to talk about a couple investment companies, also known as like business development companies. What they do is provide capital and debt to lower middle market companies. The first company I want to talk about is Stellus Capital Management. Their ticker symbol is SCM. Their stock price right now is a little over $11 and their dividend yield is right around 9%. Now, since the collapse of the market back in March last year, their stock price has gone up about 300%. One of the things I always liked about SCM is the fact that they paid monthly on their dividends. Another cool thing is, like I said, they're a little over $11. Last year, around this time in February, they were in the $15 range. So it is possible that they might eventually get back to those previous levels. Now, the other company I want to talk about is Main Street Capital Corporation. Their ticker is really easy to remember. Main, just like their name, M-A-I-N. Main's chart since inception, I think it was back in late 2007, pretty much looks like a growth stock. It did dip down to some of the lows when the market crashed back in 2007, 2008. But if you look at the history from that time period, it's only gone up. And they also keep raising their dividend. During COVID, they did not have a dividend cut, which is fantastic. And they also pay monthly. Their yield isn't anything crazy. It's right above 7%. But I remember years ago, I've owned these guys for years, and I remember them always being like in the 5% range. So, because they didn't cut their dividend and they did get hit last year, just like everybody else, their stock price is still trying to get back to where it was, and therefore the yield is it's higher than it was, in the last year or two. Right now, Main's stock price is about $34. It's more than doubled from the low of last March when it was in the $14 range. And it hit a high of just under $45 before the crash of last year, which means it still probably has about a 30% possible increase. Unlike a lot of my higher dividend paying stocks that I own that, I don't really care too much about what the price of the stock does. This one actually seems to go up with the market. And whenever that happens, they are constantly increasing their dividend payout. Another thing to consider, Main Street Capital's market cap is about 10 times bigger than SCM's. And they are backed by bigger institutional investors like Morgan Stanley, Price T. Rowe, Burgundy Asset Association, etc. They might not have as high of a dividend yield as SCM, but they did not cut their dividend last year. And if you look at the overall chart, they just kind of move along with the overall market. Without diving into the fundamentals of each of these companies, I will say that Main does have better fundamentals. Therefore, I would trust putting my money in them a little bit more, even though I do own both of these stocks. One thing I've never really talked about was, especially with like SCM, I remember, I don't know exactly how long ago it was, maybe half a year ago, but I saw a lot of inside buying going on. A lot of like the directors, the management buying a lot of shares. When you see stuff like that, these people, they're inside working the company. They know what's going on. If you see someone selling like a lot of shares, that's always a red flag. Unless maybe they're just trying to, who knows, take some profits, and you never know how much they actually have. So maybe they're just, giving themselves a payday. But on the flip side of that coin is when you see someone buying a lot of shares, they're not going to be wasting their money if they think that the company they're working for isn't going to go anywhere. Like I said, I saw that going on with SCM, and from their low of last March, their stock price has almost tripled. Well, I think that's about going to do it for today. I just wanted to share a couple of these stocks that are in my portfolio. I have many more to go over and share with you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe if you found any value in this whatsoever. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.